Novi, Michigan. We're talking about moving to Novi in this video, and we're going to cover its history, why people love Novi, its location, some of the crime data straight from the FBI, the Novi school district, as well as the local private system, home values, property taxes, and a few neighborhoods our clients are always asking us about. My name is Mike Perna. I'm a local real estate agent. I've lived in Novi myself for 17 years and I loved it. If I can help you find your next home in the Novi or surrounding area, or if you're looking for the right agent uniquely qualified to get the most for your home, give me a call. I'd love to hear from you at 248-886-4450, numbers on the screen. All right, so let's start with a little bit of Novi history, and specifically, let's start with the name. So what we know today is Novi started being settled back in the 1820s as West Farmington. So how the city got its name is still hotly debated by Novillians, and as legend has it, Novi was the number 6 stop from the Central Post Office Depot. Some say it's because it's 6th stop from the Detroit train station, and one story has it being named after the old toll gate number 6 on Grand River, but that actually didn't get built until 22 years after the town was named, so that one we gotta scrap. In fact, according to the Novi Historical Society, there are 9 stories of how we got our name floating around out there, all of them fabrications. The name originated from the word new, Novi, in several Eastern European languages, and frankly, the first city council just wanted something a heck of a lot shorter than West Farmington. If you go back to those minutes, you'll see that was hotly debated as well. Alright, so geographically, Novi is one of the larger suburbs of Detroit, located directly to the northwest, and it's just over 31 square miles. It's big. You can actually fit about 4.5 Novis in the city of Detroit, which is a heck of a lot less than some of the other area cities like Royal Oak or Ferndale or Northville. Also, Novi has a population as of the 2020 census of just over 60,000 people. Now, still talking about the populations and demographics of the city, believe it or not, Novi is extremely diverse, despite being your typical Midwestern American suburban community. Continuing on with demographics, the average household income in Novi is $129,930 versus the Michigan average of $80,803. Also, the average age of a person in Novi is 39 versus several of the surrounding cities, which are in their middle and late 40s. Now, what this tells me is it's a popular city with families with school-age children, and that's how that average is being brought down. But those are just the numbers, not why we love Novi. We're going to get to that right now. So, helping hundreds of families buy homes in Novi through the years, one of the top draws that I've been told is its location. This place is so well located, and it's also why one of my offices are here too. Here it is. Stop by, say hi. Yeah, nobody's gonna stop by. Real estate offices are like super boring and only next to like dentist offices as far as places people don't want to be. Anyway, maybe if I installed an arcade like they did over at UWM. Different chat for a different day. Okay, Novi is 35 minutes to the airport without too much traffic, 55 on a heavy traffic weekday, and 496 minutes with both traffic and of course Michigan road construction. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally thankful they're fixing the roads. I just wish they wouldn't have to fix the same road every year. And it's also 30 minutes to downtown Detroit, 35 minutes to Pine Knob, which is one of my favorite venues to catch a show. When people are moving into the area and looking at Novi, I encourage everyone to pop over to either the city hall or the police department to get some more detailed stats, and frankly, they pride themselves on being super friendly, and they are. So the current mayor of Novi is also the former police chief and has served the Novi community for over 40 years in one role or another, and you can get an up-close look at the interview we did with him on the video here. Overall, Niche.com rates Novi an A+ community. When asked in a poll, how safe do you feel in Novi, 57% of Northvillians surveyed said that Novi they felt very safe and there was little to no crime to speak of. Another 37% said that there might be a little bit of crime, but it didn't impact them on a day-to-day or a week-to-week basis. And only 7% said that there's crime that causes them not to feel safe, which is actually one of the lowest cities in the state to have received this survey. A secondary poll of Novi residents were asked the question, how reliable are the police in Novi? And a whopping 70% said that they're very visible and extremely responsive. In fact, I had a recent personal experience with Novi police that I can recall that I think speaks to how good they really are. We recently had one of the Perna team past client friends and family barbecues. We do several events for our past clients every year, including barbecues, renting out the Imagine Theater in Novi, photos with Santa, photos with the Easter Bunny, back to school photos. We love on our past clients just like they love on us. At the barbecue, it appeared that one of our agents' cars was stolen. Now, I'm going to say appeared because I don't want to alarm anybody, and wait till the end for this one. We called the non-emergency police line, and our agent was able to track the car to a parking spot near 12 Oaks Mall. Within 10 minutes, there was a police officer at the park with us and another 2 at the location that the vehicle was at. Very responsive. As it turns out, we have a client that's about 80 and had mistaken my agent's car for his car, and she had left her keys in the purse inside the car. So when he jumped in and drove off, the car fob was in there, and it was literally the same car, same year, same color, everything. But while the police were there, they also turned on the lights for the kids, they did the siren a little bit, they were super polite and helpful, and gave each other's respective vehicles. I give Novi Police a 10 out of 10 based on my limited experience I've had with them. Per the FBI versus the national stats, Novi is 69% safer than the average city in the US, and the chance of being involved in a crime is 1 in 1,019 in Novi versus 1 in 212 in Michigan as an average. Schools. So there are 4 districts that service Novi, and I've got them color-coded on the map right here. The biggest one is Novi Community Schools, and then as well a very small portion goes to South Lyon Schools, and another portion goes to Northville Schools here, which we covered in our Moving to Northville video, which you can click on right here to view. And we're also going to cover South Lyon and then finally the Walled Lake School District in their respective videos. Today we're going to be talking about Novi Community Schools. Novi Community School District itself is pretty large with 12 schools in total. For the wee ones, there's an early childhood development center with both half-day and full-day classes for 3 and 4-year-olds and a full-day program for 5-year-olds. There are 6 elementary schools in the Novi district, and we'll link below to the school map, and here it is on the screen, including Deerfield Elementary, Meadows, Novi Woods Elementary, Orchard Hills Elementary, Parkview Elementary, and Village Oaks Elementary. All of them are ranked by niche.com as in the top 500 elementary schools in the entire United States, and that's saying something. Scope out their site for both parent and student reviews. Novi Middle School serves both 7th and 8th grade, located on the corner of 11 Mile and Wixom Road, and Novi High School 9 through 12. Both middle and high school have a ton, like way over the average amount of extracurriculars for kids to pick from. On the middle school level, a few of these include theater, band, choir, orchestra, a coding club, a math club, student newspaper, science olympiad, ski club, student council, and much more. I can go on for like a day on that one. Novi High School includes all of the above and football, basketball, soccer, volleyball, tennis, golf, swim, field hockey, equestrian, forensics, and there are still more that I'm not naming here. In sports, the Novi Wildcats dominate most categories they compete in, and if you're looking to move into Novi, we'd be happy to set up school tours with Novi Public as well as any of the private schools that you might be considering. We've got a strong relationship with the Novi School District and have helped families for over 2 decades find their home in the elementary school that they wanted to be in. So one positive point of Novi is one of the fastest growing cities in all of Michigan. There are some cities that have been growing and some cities that have been declining, but Novi has been growing. So 12 Oaks Mall opening in 1977 helped draw people to the area as one of the first area malls, and Money Magazine ranked Novi number 48 on their top 100 best places to live list. Employers in Novi are a mix of public and private companies, the number 1 employer being the Ascension Provident Park Complex at over 1,200 employees. Harman, a leader in connected car tech systems at 1,100 employees. Novi Schools at 965 employees, Ryder, the supply chain management company, at over 650 employees. Next up is ITC Holdings at 531 employees, Magna at 443, Kamanu North America stands at 350, and Cooper Standard at 277. Rounding out the top 10 employers in Novi is the city of Novi itself at 277. Moving to Novi, I get asked a lot about shopping and shopping centers, and Novi has got you covered 100%. For groceries, there's a Kroger on Grand River, there's a Walmart tucked away here in the Novi Town Center that you can't see from the street, Bush's, a Michigan company that usually has better produce than most places, a Better Health Market, and a Target off of Wixom Road right here. Also, there's a Gordon Food Service for bulk material pickup. There's a Sam's Club, and just outside the Novi city limits, depending on where you live, it might be easier to get to these places. There's a Kroger on Main Street in Northville. There's a Meijer at the corner of 8 Mile and Haggerty in Northville Township, which is perfect to pick something up if you're just coming off the freeway off 275 or 96. A Trader Joe's here, and they've got the best organic frozen rice by far. I know, I eat it a lot. Last but not least, I want to mention One World Market, which is a Japanese grocery store. However, in the back corner, they also have a small sushi cafe with what I think is the freshest made for you right there on the spot sushi in the area. I've been going there for over a decade, and clearly I'm a fan. For the non-foodstuffs, clothes and whatnot, there are 2 main shopping centers. The first one is 12 Oaks Mall with over 180 stores, and much to my sadness, no movie theater any longer. They took that out to put a food court in about 15 years ago. That was my go-to movie theater at both middle school and high school, and that's alright because Imagine Theater came in and filled that void right here in the newer food and shopping district in Novi called Fountain Walk, which is an open-air market, kind of like a mall, all outside, and has some amazing food in stores. The second is a string of stores located on the Northville side of Haggerty Road, including Barnes & Noble Books, REI, Five Below and more, and you'll find what you need here if you can't find what you need along Novi Road. Next up, we're talking about Novi taxes, the real estate market. But before we do, if you haven't, hit the subscribe button to be notified for new videos that we drop every week, and hit the like button so that more people will be able to find it. And also, if you're looking for a home in Novi or looking to have a home you'd like to have a no cost, no obligation sale assessment on, call us anytime at the number on the screen or shoot me an email at michaelperna@thepernateam.com. Also, I'm super proud that my agents have more 5-star reviews than any other agent, team, or brokerage in all of Michigan. Google Michael Perna Real Estate to see all 2,200 Google reviews. Novi taxes. So part of the bonus of having higher than average home values is the city has a higher than average tax valuation, so they can charge a lower millage rate. With the average home value of $497,000 and several strong businesses and shopping centers, Novi's taxable base is valued at $3.6 billion of property that can be taxed. How much that really is can be seen when it's put in context against a city like Detroit, which has $6.1 billion taxable property. It's a little less than double the amount, but Detroit is 4.5 times the land size, which also means 4.5 times the roads, the sewer, the police, the fire, the schools, and more, which is why the millage rate in Detroit is so much higher than a city like a Novi. Currently, the millage rate in Novi for a home in the Novi school district is 37.04, which is less than 60% of the rest of the cities of Michigan, but that's not nothing either. With the average home price being $497,000, that would make those property taxes roughly $9,280 per year. But if you take that same home and move it into the city of Detroit, the taxes would almost double to $17,580. Also, it's less expensive Northville's millage rate of 43.92, so if you take that same house in Novi at $497 and move it to Northville, the taxes would be about $1,700 per year higher at $10,980. A lot of people that contact us to help them with their home search are considering Novi as well as Northville, and when we meet, this is one of the things we discuss, because that $1,700 may only be $141 a month, but over 30 years that difference in taxes is in excess of $50,000. My name is Mike Perna. It's been a pleasure to walk you through what it looks like to move to Novi, Michigan. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and shoot us a call anytime for any real estate needs or questions. We are here 7 days a week, 248-886-4450, and make it a great day.